The iconic Jama Masjid monument in Old Delhi is feeling absolutely surreal these days. Link most monument and most places of worship. It was closed for months due to the coronavirus. The pandemic is still dragging on, but the Mughal era mosque has reopened on this late morning. It is so quiet here that you could hear your own breathing. Tomorrow's historians might look back upon these times as a defining monument that altered the course of the world, but the 17th century Jama Masjid has withstood more than one transformative event. The 1857 uprising, when the victorious British turned into a camp for soldiers, as well as the Patrician in 1947, when freedom fighter Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad made a memorable speech against it on the step of the Great Mosque. The pandemic too is now leaving its mark in the red sandstone monument. At first glance, the prayer hall looks the same, its Ghent chandelier as imposing. But then you notice alternating red and green marks on the tiled floor, indicating the precise steps of the physical distancing the devotees have to follow. The sight of these symbols, as if checked right and wrong by a teacher on an exam sheet, imprinted in such an historic place, reflects how deeply the pandemic has embedded itself into the texture of our material world. At this moment, only two people are inside the prayer hall, sitting at a distance. The vast courtyard has a wazoo pool at the center where worshippers would wash themselves before prayer. It is dry. Suddenly, a woman appears in black burqa and stands at the other end of the pool. She seems to be sobbing, her body shaking. She recollects herself after a few minutes and walks toward the east-facing gateway. Perhaps the most eye-catching, if not the most attractive object here is a red plastic bin placed at the center of the courtyard. It's looking so out of place in this edifice of immaculate aesthetics that one can't help but keep turning to look at it, much the way one tongue you inadvertently keep going back to feel the etching tooth. The long balcony beside the mosque's gate number 1 is usually always teeming with people. Today it is crowded with 3 men. One of them is sleeping. Now a fourth man in white kurta pajama entered the mosque and purposefully heads towards this balcony. He sits with his back against the stone railing and stays still, looking like a figure in a Mughal miniature. Further ahead is the ticket booth to the mosque's tower. The signboard is in a series of foreign languages. Outside the gate 1, the staircase overlooking the chaotic Metia Mahal Bazaar would always be packed with locals, sightseers, hawkers, beggars and cats. It is empty.